Bangga lah.
MRT.
Sangat bangga.
Oh, bangga banget ya.
Bangga banget.
According to JakartaByTrain.com, MRT or Mass Rapid Transit is a high-speed and rail-based transportation system that is used to transport passengers from suburbs to the city and drop back the passengers into the suburbs. Nowadays, MRT has been widely applied in several countries around the world.
Jakarta MRT is made under the authority of the government of Jakarta province, cooperated with Japan Bank for International Cooperation or JBIC and Japan International Cooperation Agency or GICA. These projects aim to release the Gawat traffic congestion in Jakarta. The first phase of Jakarta MRT began to build on October 2013 and finally operated in March 24, 2019. It consists of 13 stations with 7 electric stations and 6 underground stations from Lebak Bulus to Bundaran Hotel Indonesia over 15.7 kilometers distance that can cover under 30 minutes. The second phase, which is from Bundaran Hotel Indonesia to Kota, consists of 7 stations of 7.8 kilometers now under construction and planned to be operated in 2024. Lastly, the third phase will be 31.7 kilometers long from Kalideres to Ujung Menteng. It is currently under architectural design and construction and targeted to build on 2020.
Kantor. Lebih cepat aja, nggak tua di jalan.
Aku tadi habis pulang sih dari Kokas. Tapi jarang naik MRT.
Ya untuk bermobilisasi saya merasa kalau naik MRT lebih cepat. Kemudian dari sini sampai HI itu paling 30 menit ya.
Dengan adanya MRT ini Mas merasa terbantu banget ya Mas ya?
Banget. Biasanya tuh 1,5 jam di jalan. Pulang kantor ini cuma 20 menit.
Kebantu banget sih.
Jadi saya merasa manfaatnya banyak banget dengan naik MRT. Lebih efisien.
According to the Sertaru, place is a well-constructed area provided by the dominant order to organize and control its use, while space is produced by the creativity of the people.
Now, let's talk about the correlation between space and place and MRT. So, the real function of MRT is actually the place where people use to transport them to another place easily. However, in fact, the function shift because some of the people use MRT as a space for recreation and other deviant behaviors that actually prohibited to use.
According to Karl Marx, identity in terms of social class is called class consciousness. It is a set of beliefs that a person holds regarding on the types of classes, such as social class, economic rank in society, the structure of the class, and the class interests. Later, it would create the terms of proletariat, dictator, working classes, middle classes, and upper classes.
Kalau saya sih ya mungkin bagi saya yang pernah tinggal di luar negeri, saya juga dulu kayak gitu. Jujur maksudnya kampungan lah. Ya itu menurut saya wajar sih karena mereka mungkin belum pernah merasakan salah satu moda transportasi kayak MRT ini. Ya mudah-mudahan dengan adanya pelajaran yang kayak kemarin itu semua orang terutama Jakarta dan sekitarnya bisa belajar dan lebih baik lagi lah attitude-nya.
Belum pernah lihat sih selama naik MRT. Iya, aku juga belum pernah lihat sih selama naik MRT yang buang sampah sembarangan depan mata gitu belum pernah. Cuma kalau misalnya duduk-duduk itu pernah nggak pantas aja sih gitu duduk di lantai. Menurut aku sih dari pendidikannya mungkin juga kurang. Terus biasanya iya sebenarnya tergantung pribadi orang masing-masing juga sih. Cuma mungkin lebih banyak dari yang mungkin ekonominya juga kurang mampu.
Kalau buat pekerja kantor gitu ya, banyak itu udah tahu peraturan. Nah, dia bisa tahu lah. Tapi kalau kayak orang baru datang, pengen nengokin apa gimana, baru mau coba, itu biasanya itu belum tahu peraturan.
The shift from place to space that is based on Serta's perspective can be seen in Indonesian MRT passengers.
From video footage and images in this short documentary, the notion of space can be seen in the customers' behavior when they are vandalizing MRT, consuming foods and drinks on the MRT car, sitting and resting on the floor in MRT stations, playing around by hanging on MRT's upper handlebar, using the elevators that are meant for the disabled, littering around the facility or stand at wheelchairs area.
With that in mind, we shall now observe the correlation between the personalized use of place with the formation of identity.
As what Marx has explained, the identity theory that is being put in motion within this analysis would be the class consciousness that people have in seeing others. In this term, the others here are identified as passengers who create their own space in a public place named MRT car and MRT stations.
From 8 MRT users that have been interviewed, most of them said that MRT has not been used properly as a place by its users yet. Unique cases, such as what has been mentioned beforehand, are still happening.
As for the reason behind such behaviors, some of the interviewees answered that they were caused by the subject's educational and financial background, which in turn affect the way in which they behave.
Now, if we go back to Marx's theory, those notions are included in the factors that affect one's social rank, then turned into outputs such as writings, speeches, and doing.
Nevertheless, based on the same theory, if we see from the deviant subject's viewpoint, those normal passengers have their class consciousness by creating and giving labels such as kampungan to the perpetrators.
As a conclusion, it is proof that in MRT, place is still customized into space. Some evidence that lead to that conclusion would be deviance that some people from particular identity group do in MRT station or car. Both the cleaning services and passengers of MRT agreed that people who violate existing rule in MRT come from particular group that is identified from their financial and educational background that in turn affect their cultural expression. This shows that place personalization could lead into the shaping of identity. That is, identity that is given from others' perspective to the person who do those place personalization.